Oh boy. Donald Trump is in big trouble because it just came out that the Epstein files are going to be released. People are going to see them. And on top of that, we all know that this is the one issue that he just can't get away from. He can't get away from it. And Republicans are demanding this. So that's why it's become politically toxic for him. And he thought doing this cute little recess early was going to make it go away, but it's not. And Donald Trump has now had to deal with the fact that Republicans in town halls all across the country are being asked about it. And that's why they're being released. And some Republicans aren't even having in-person town halls because they know it's so bad. This guy didn't have an in-person town hall. He had a tele-town hall because when you got an in-person town hall, then that's when folks get stuff like this.
Okay, next question. Why are you covering up the Epstein files?
That applause is so funny.
Let's be very clear. At the next pro forma session of the Congress, you'll find my name as a sponsor on a resolution from the House Rules Committee to release the Epstein files to protect the victims and not re-victimize them again. I support Jamie Comer, who is the House's Oversight Committee Chairman, subpoenaing Ms. Maxwell later this month to come testify in Washington. I am for the release of those records.
See that? That man is like, he's got to listen to either one of two people. Donald Trump, who does not want these released, or his voters who are literally booing at him saying, if you don't do this, we're going to take away your job. And look who he's listening to. The voters. This is one of the few times where it seems like Republicans actually listen to their constituents. And as I said, this fool right here had a tele-town hall about this and couldn't take the heat in person, so had to do it by phone. And here is his answer about Epstein.
My other question is about the Epstein files, about why Republicans are trying to block them from being released, and what are they so scared about, and why does the current president keep deflecting?
Okay, so grand jury investigation that are, what's the right word? That are Epstein first. As I told you, we just voted to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell. I have requested the files. I have requested that the DOJ, and you can see the letter publicly, that the DOJ release the files. Not only that, that they also provide a special prosecutor for the Epstein circumstance, as well as other things of abuses of government where information is being hidden from the American people, as well as releasing the files that are, what's the right word, that are restricted from the grand jury investigation.
All right, so he was also saying he wants to release the files. That's something he wants to do. Now, DeSantis was also yelled at about this.
Hey, what's up? Hey, stop. I'm get out of here. 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 Get out of here.
Yeah, the Epstein stuff's not going away. And now we're learning that Republicans have failed to move past it. And these files are going to get released. Here is some of the story. As I showed you in Republican districts, lawmakers have continued to face questions about Epstein. The Justice Department, which ignored a Friday deadline from Senate Democrats and is set to miss another on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, to comply with a bipartisan subpoena to provide the materials for Congress, has yet to release anything. But that's about to change because Representative James Comer, the Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee, said that the Justice Department would begin sharing its Epstein records with his panel this Friday. He also suggested that the release of the documents would take some time, all but ensuring that questions about the Epstein affair will drag on for weeks. Oh my God. Quote from Ruben Gallego, "We're going to keep the pressure up 100%. He goes on to say, as often as we can until we know exactly what happened and why it happened. Lawmakers of both parties concede that the Trump administration could quiet the furor over the Epstein files in Capitol Hill and nationwide by simply releasing them to the public. Yeah, you think? Representative Tom Massey, this is amazing. And I've actually been told that there's a press conference happening around this, and I'm debating whether or not to go. You let me know if I should go. I feel like I could just cover it in my studio, but if you think I should go, maybe I'll go. So let me know in the comments. But they are having a press conference. Republican and Democrat are both holding it. A Kentucky Republican who is a frequent Trump critic to try to force, and Thomas Massey, by the way, not like a moderate Republican. He's not a New York Republican. Okay, this is a Kentucky, this guy is more conservative than, I don't even know. He's a very conservative person. Okay, he is very conservative, and he's going for this. And it says here they're going to try to force a floor vote on the release of the files. Such a vote would thrust Republicans into a politically thorny position between Mr. Trump and constituents who are unhappy with the administration's handling of the case. And before leaving Washington, Massey and Representative Ro Khanna, who have been on the show, filed what is known as a discharge petition, which allows any member of the House to force legislation to the floor if a majority of members, 218, sign on. And it goes on to say that so far, 43 other lawmakers, 11 of them Republicans, 11 have signed on to Mr. Massey and Mr. Khanna's initiative. But let me just remind you that there's a reason why Epstein didn't want to answer this.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
So Epstein is asked if he's ever been with Donald Trump in social events in the presence of girls under 18 years old. And he doesn't answer that. And I think, now we're not going to get we aren't going to see the files this Friday, but more people are going to see them. They could leak. There could be some leaking going on. We don't know. Regardless, I think this video tells us a lot of what we need to know, which is that there's there. We're going to keep following this. We're not going to let up. Mainstream media has moved on to the next shiny object. We're not going to move on here. So if you want to keep following this story, please do hit like on this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because you're more likely to see the next one. You're more likely to help other people see it. And let's keep following this, and I'll see you next time.